Hi everyone, back with another video. Today we're going to talk about 5 fragrances that I am considering taking on my vacation. I am headed to Phoenix, Arizona. By the time you're watching this, I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona, and their weather there is quite a bit different from where I'm at currently. According to the forecast, it looks like it's going to be in the upper 80s and 90s the entire time I'm there. So I am going to go over 5 fragrances I'm considering taking along. Not sure what I'll end up taking along, but by the time you're watching this, I'll already be there, so maybe if you want to know, you can ask in the comments and I might be able to tell you. But let's just get started here. First up on my list that I'm considering is Jet Black Intense by Michael Malone. This is definitely a easy one to take because I wouldn't have to decant it. It already is in this 10 ml nice travel atomizer, and this one is a very nice, fresh version of Creed Aventus. It's a very green, citrusy style of fragrance. It has, I think it's kind of like Aventus, but it has a little bit more green, like mintiness almost to it. It's very, very nice. It's got that insane compliment factor that Creed Aventus has. As far as performance, it's not the best. It's about on par with Creed Aventus, which, you know, comparing Creed Aventus to something like Club de Nuit Intense Man or a lot of other clones, Creed Aventus just does not have the performance. But this smells like a very nice version of that scent profile. So definitely on my list to take. It'll probably find its way into my bag just because of how simple this kind of fragrance is to take along. Another one I'm considering taking is Vetiver Sensual by Mancera. Now this one I would definitely have to decant. I think all the rest of these I'd have to decant because I just can't take this much fragrance along. It doesn't make sense. It's a mess and it's heavy and fills up my bag too much. So I would have to decant it, but that's not the end of the world. This one here is one of my favorite summer fragrances from Mancera up to this point. I really, really want to try their new one that features the note of yuzu. I love yuzu in fragrances. But Vetiver Sensual is a very nice, rindy type of citrus and a very soapy, clean type of vetiver. And those two come together in the powerful way that Mancera does their fragrances. It is so nice. I really, really like it. It's got this exotic elegance to it, and I think it would just shine in that type of weather. I know I wear it all summer long here in northern Iowa. But yeah, I think this one would really do well in that Phoenix heat. So definitely considering taking this one along. And here we have a Nishane. This one is called Nishane, I'm gonna butcher this name, Colognise or Colognise or Cologne. It's Nishane Cologne or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, it's considered an extrait de Cologne, and I don't know exactly what that means as far as percentage of oils or how potent the stuff is, but I can tell you that I get really good performance from this one, and I really do enjoy the scent profile. It's a more classic scent profile that relies heavily on things like neroli. It smells like a neroli green citrusy fragrance that has this undertone of musk that is very, very creamy, and so that creaminess helps it stay around a long time. I really, really like this one. It is so fresh. It is so classy. Like if I was to dress up to go out anywhere, as far as like not after dark necessarily, but during the day, dressing up, this one would just be perfectly suited for that. It's so sophisticated. I think that's the perfect word for it, is sophisticated. It's that classic scent profile done in a very modern way. It just hits the spot, and it's exactly what I look for in a lot of summer fragrances. Next up, we have Montale Santal Wood. This one is a very underrated fragrance in my opinion. Almost no one talks about this Montale. It's one of their best, and I don't ever see anybody mentioning it in Scent of the Day posts or talk about it in lists much, but I would highly recommend trying this one. You can get it very affordable for a niche fragrance. As far as niche fragrances go, I think I picked this one up for around $68, something like that. And this one features top notes of seawater, juniper, cardamom, nutmeg, black pepper, middle notes of sandalwood and cedar, base notes of oak moss. And when they say seawater, it doesn't come across as super aquatic. It is very watery, but what I get is this very vibrant green juniper note mixed with a lot of creamy sandalwood and definitely some dark oak moss down in the base. And it's kind of aquatic. It's very fresh. It's very woody. It's very mass appealing. I would say pretty much anybody's gonna like this scent. It just smells clean and creamy, fresh, kind of watery, like I said. No citrus whatsoever. It's definitely a sandalwood forward scent, and they're using the aquatic notes to replace the citrus notes essentially. So when you spray it on, you're gonna get that green juniper, some aquatic notes, sandalwood, and then it dries down into more of an oak moss type of fragrance. It's very, very nice, very underrated, and definitely considering taking this one along. I just think it would do perfectly in the high heat. And last but not least, we have Club de Nuit Milestone. This is probably one of my most complimented summer fragrances. I get an insane amount of compliments when I wear this one. You can see me there. Anyways, yeah, this one has done really well for me as far as compliment goes. I'm sure most of you know this is a clone of Creed's Millésime Imperial, and shame on me, I've never smelled the real deal. I've only ever smelled this one. So I can't tell you much about if it's close to the original or not. I've heard it's better than the original, but I can't tell you that honestly. So I can tell you it's a very nice fragrance. It's very melon, salted melon. You get that phrase thrown around a lot, and yeah, kind of. But this one seems to be melon floral, kind of clean florals mixed with like a honeydew melon. Not like a watermelon really, but more like a honeydew type of melon smell. It's kind of green, it's kind of leafy. It's floral. That floral kind of plays into the greenness a little bit. It's very transparent, and yeah, it wears very airy on you, very breezy smelling, which works perfectly in the summer, but it has incredible performance. Like, I want to say probably 4 sprays max. Most of the time I just do 2, and it's gonna sneak up on you. It doesn't smell strong, but it stays on you for a very, very long time, and it really starts to pump off your skin after about an hour. The first hour is actually pretty subtle compared to the rest of the life of the fragrance. So definitely give this one a full wearing before you judge it, because it's one of the strangest fragrances that when I first spray it on, it's this nice, pleasant, easygoing smell, but then it starts to settle in and it just really screams off my skin, especially in high heat. But anyways, very good fragrance. It's cheap, it's super cheap, so I can decant this one out really easily. Don't have to worry about it, you know, breaking or spilling or whatever while I travel. So highly likely I'll take some of this stuff along just because I'm a huge fan of it. So just to reiterate, we have Club de Nuit Milestone, Montale Santal Wood, Nishane Cologne something, Jet Black Intense by Michael Malone, and Mancera Vetiver Sensual. If you have suggestions on which you would take to a very, very hot vacation, let me know, and let me know which ones I missed. Maybe you have your favorites for high heat. Let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, thanks for watching.